Is Giannis now separating himself from the rest of the league as the best player on the planet?
We had this conversation at the start of the year. Everybody was talking about KD and this guy and that guy. Who did I say was the best player in the NBA, Skip?
And you were wrong. You're wrong now.
Old freak.
Yep.
Old Greek freak.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it.
Well, he can freak the Lakers, but that's...
Did you freak Indiana last night?
Yeah.
Did you know?
That's big.
Hold
Way
on.
to go.
Let me ask you a question. Did you know who's leading the NBA in scoring?
Huh.
I'll give you one guess.
Huh.
Doo-doo-doo. Man, go ahead and get this before the time run out.
Huh.
You know who it is.
Where's Kevin Durant been? On ice?
29.
Mothballs?
The best ability is availability. That's not Giannis's fault. 29, 11, and 6. That's what he's doing right now. And on the defensive end, he's about to do something no other player's ever done twice. MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. Has any other player ever done that more than one, Skip Bayless? I didn't think so. That's where he's at.
So he's far and away best player on the planet.
If you take the totality of what he does, offensively and defensively, absolutely. It's not even close. Now, this is what he did last year to your guy. Against Kevin Durant in a game, 7-game series, he went 32 and 13. And then he said, you know what? I can go to an even higher level than that. 35, 13, and 5 on 62% shooting in the final. And in the closeout clinching game, hit a 50-piece on him. 50-piece nugget.
On DeAndre Ayton.
Sweet and sour. And put no napkins in the bag. Made a mess of them, Skip. Sauce everywhere. And he just did it last night. At some point in time, you're going to have to give a man his credit, Skip. I've acknowledged it. You know I'm the biggest LeBron James fan. But Giannis Antetokounmpo right now is the best player in the NBA. He is the best player. And I think it's about time you give him credit. Now, I can't let you keep blaspheming and putting scorn on this man's name. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, Skip.
I haven't spoken.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself because what you're about to spew is not right, Skip. It's not right.
Spew a whole bunch of truth all over your argument as usual.
All I know, if Kevin Durant would have had a 50-piece in a closeout game in the NBA Finals, it would have been stuff of legends. And we barely mention this man. What Jordan did in the Finals when he got 45, we talk about that. What other guys have done in NBA Finals game, we barely mention this man 50-piece in a Game 6 clinching game, Skip. Why is that? And he got 50 on 21 shots. How in the hell Adrian Dantley got 50 on 17 shots? I'll never know. Well, he shot a bunch of free throws. AD could get to the free throw line. He could do that. But this is the guy right now, Skip. He's the guy right now.
You have no idea how wrong you are about this. This isn't even close because when Kevin Durant comes back, that 7-foot monster that he is, it ain't even close between him and Giannis or him and anybody else on this planet. He is far and away the best player on this planet. We have never seen anything like this 7-foot monster shooting mid-range jump shots or three-point jump shots. Any kind of jump shot you want to shoot, he can shoot them against a guy that you're pushing as the best player who's got little to no jump shot.
Well, he's shooting 38% on threes over the last month.
Over the last month, yeah. He's a little hot streak. But what did we see when those two met head-to-head last year?
One advance.
We saw Kevin Durant, by even your own admission and confession, going 1-on-5. You said it right here. Well, he was 1-on-5.
I've seen that before.
It was Kevin Durant against the world. And not only was it 1-on-5, but the defender he had to deal with every possession of 7 games was one P.J. Tucker, who's not there anymore, and he makes it as difficult on Kevin Durant as you can get. And yet Kevin outscored Giannis over those 7 games, 35 a game to 32 a game. Wow.
What about rebounding?
Interesting. Well, Kevin doesn't try to rebound like Giannis does, but he gets 11. What about shooting, shall we? Should we look at the shots? Should we look at the three-point shooting? Your man Giannis shot 26% from 3 in those 7 games. Your man Giannis, you're trying to make the best player on the planet, shot 48% from the free throw line. That is beyond LeBron pathetic. You're disqualified, you're over, and you're out because Kevin Durant's going to make 90% of his free throws. I'm sorry.
What did he get him?
Kevin Durant put on the greatest 7-game display I have ever seen from start to finish with no help. He had Kyrie for a little while, then he had no Kyrie. Then he had James, and he didn't have James because James is playing on one leg and is basically already quitting on Kevin Durant.
You go. Now the man was quitting last year.
Was he not a liability? I came in here every morning for 7 straight games and said, James Harden is now a liability for the Brooklyn Nets. And in that Game 7, Kevin Durant made, I think, one of, if not the greatest clutch shot in any playoff game I've ever seen, this side of Jordan's shot at Utah on the walk-off. But what a shot this was, and his little toenail is on the line. I thought it was good at the moment.
Man, you see the referee. The referee, I think that might be Josh Giddey.
Yeah.
He got two. Well, how you thought it was a three when the man got two fingers down? You thought he said
I prematurely rolled on the floor because I thought he had done it again, because this man is a clutch shooter, unlike that guy who plays for the Lakers. Now I forget what his name is, the former king.
The one that got 4 finals, got 4 chips?
That guy, that guy. This is back-to-back MVPs against LeBron by Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant took over back-to-back Game 3s in the King's Palace in Cleveland.
We got
back-to-back
MVPs.
He proved, and you acknowledged, he's the best player on the planet.
No, I never acknowledged that.
That last game against poor P.J. Tucker, who's just fighting his tail off against Kevin Durant.
And what?
KD goes for 48 in that game.
Yeah.
48.
Giannis went for 40.
Impossible. It's just impossible.
Let me ask you a question, if you don't mind me happen. How many points did he score in overtime?
Kevin Durant hit the wall.
No.
He was averaging 43 minutes a game with no help, No. And now we get to the crux of this argument. Who is and was the closer for the Milwaukee Bucks? Not Giannis. It is Chris Middleton. Has always been Chris Middleton. As we could see what happened in a very low-scoring overtime, when it was time to make the shot of shots, the Kyrie-type shot, guess who made it? Chris Middleton made the 13-footer. That's the game winner. Not Giannis. Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton.
Giannis put him up. Giannis made the final shot. He hit that turnaround.
No, that wasn't the final shot. That was the game winner right there. Brook Lopez made 2 free throws, and they ended up winning by 4. That was the go-ahead shot. That was the dagger. That was the shot from the closer for the Milwaukee Bucks, Chris Middleton. You know it, and I know it.
Let me ask you a question.
And by the way, they had Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. And look, you keep going down the line. Wait a second. They had Brook Lopez. They don't have him right now, but they had him last year. Yeah. And wait, they had Bobby Portis, the 2015 SEC Player of the Year, coming off the bench. And they did have PJ. They don't have him now. And they did have Connaughton coming off the bench, just bombing threes, clutch threes. Yeah. You want to talk about help? Kevin's going like 1 on 10 and just lit him up.
Hold on. But this is what I don't.
I've never seen anything like it before.
This is what I don't get. The concessions that you make for Kevin Durant, you never made for LeBron. So let me ask you a question.
Concessions?
What's more formidable, the 2018 Golden State Warriors or the Milwaukee Bucks?
What's your point?
Because Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, it was LeBron James against that. And you said if he's the king, he got to do it. Yeah, well, if Kevin Durant is what you said he is, he got to win it.
All those guys, all of whom have come up small in various playoff series, came up very small, starting with Steph Curry, the 2-time back-to-back MVP, one unanimous MVP. They all had to get on a private plane and fly all the way to the tip of Long Island on July the 4th to say, please, Kevin, come and save us.
You do realize.
Come and save us, and he did. He came and saved him twice.
You do realize that like 2 months before that, Kevin Durant had a 3-1 lead on that same Golden State team. Yep. A 3-1 lead.
And his point guard was who?
That was point guard.
It was Westbrook.
So let me get.
He got Westbrook.
I just want to make you.
He got Westbrook.
I just want to make.
You can't overcome it.
Okay, I get that. Yeah. I just want to know one thing. Was he his point? Who was his point guard when he got that 3-1 lead? Chris Paul. Let me see. Who else? Who could have possibly been his point guard to get a 3-1 lead? It wasn't CP3. It wasn't who? I mean, who could have
did the most damage to get them up 3-1? It was the best player on the planet, that 7-foot monster, who then came right out of that series we just watched, that 7-game series in which he came up just short because it was 1 on 10, and he took our Olympic team and just took it and put it all on his shoulders. And every time they got in trouble against all that competition, you said, the world's caught up with us. And guess what happened? The best player literally on the planet at the Olympics said, I got you. I got you. I got you. You need free throws? Dame just bricked a couple. Just foul me. Please get the ball to me. I'll go down there and I'll swish both free throws to make sure we take home the gold. It's Kevin Durant. I mean, most player literally on the planet.
I mean, okay, France, maybe Australia has the most NBA players on their rosters. Have 5. We got 12 NBA players.
Yeah, well, I didn't notice. I couldn't tell.
12. And you up here hooting and hollering about we beat France, we beat Australia, we beat Senegal. Really?
Every one of the first 2 games, those big games down the stretch, we're in trouble every time. And they all looked and said, Kevin. Kevin,
the one
please.
thing Skip, get him, man. Get Giannis his credit, Skip.
I give
He's
him
29, 11, and 6.
He plays hard.
On both ends of the court.
He plays hard.
Both ends of the court.
Kevin Durant's as underrated a rim protector as you can find.
He ain't Giannis. Is he Giannis on the defensive end?
No, he's not.
Okay,
but Giannis ain't nothing like KD the monster.
Skip, he get the same amount of points.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.